Today we're taking some old school supplies and turning them into some fresh new scrapbook pages.
Hey, it's Beth. Welcome. Today is the Bringing Back Basic Gray collaboration, and this is just a small collaboration I do with Sarah, who's crafting and relaxing here on YouTube, and Kathy, who is Stampin' Cat on Instagram. And we just play with our basic gray stash each month just to enjoy it rather than letting it sit in a drawer. So today I'm taking several different basic gray papers, kind of from a mix of collections, and am going to be making some scrapbook layouts. So on this first sketch, I am using some page sketches to help me today. So this first one kind of just has some different patterns that come in at different angles. So on this one, I just kind of laid out where I wanted the papers to go, and then I traced around the edge of my base page, my sheet of cardstock, and then kind of used a pencil to trace that and then trimmed it. Because I didn't use a trimmer and it's not super straight, I tried to leave a little extra that I could let it hang over the edge and then come back in with the scissors and trim it up closer to the edge of my paper. So I'm going to do the same thing with this second sheet. I just got a little smarter and went ahead and trimmed, or like drew a line around the whole outline of my base page and then trimmed it out. And I don't know why, but I do struggle trying to put this down. So I will, if you're interested, I will try to link the page sketches that I use down in the description box below for you. Basic Gray no longer makes paper. They have switched over to fabric. So the papers that Sarah and Kathy and I are using are back from the early 2000s. So I had found the 2 sheets of pattern paper that I had wanted to use for like those bigger portions, and those were 12 by 12, but then I couldn't find, I wanted like a green or kind of a goldish color to offset those a little bit, and the only ones I could find were in a 6 by 6 pad, so I'm going to have to kind of piece this last little strip here. I do have 3 photos that I'm going to work into the layout, and the photos that I'm working with today are of my daughter's crafting. So this first layout is for Ellie's album, and it's Ellie. She's working on a journal in one of the, like a travel journal that we did one summer, in one of the photos, and then the other photos she's working on making some pinwheels, and then actually doing the tutorial, or she's the hands in the tutorial for a video. So I just thought that was fun, and I kind of wanted to document that for her, that she actually kind of showed everyone how to make the pinwheels in the video, and then I came back and did the voiceover. So I'm going to kind of overlap my photos here just like they did in the sketch, and then can start embellishing. So the one, I mean, I still love my basic gray papers, but the one bad thing about using them now, like 20 or so years later, is that embellishments are harder to come by. I had this sheet of letters that I believe somebody sent me in Happy Mail, and I've used some of these of a different like color and pattern before, but they're like so big, so I don't know if they're just meant to be like a monogram on a page, but you can't really use more than one, and they only give you one of each letter anyway. So trying to figure out what I can do for the rest of my title, I just decided that I'm going to bring in some old letter stamps. I had ran across these when I was sorting through some stamp sets the other day, and I thought, ooh, I am going to pull these out. So these stamps are super old as well. They were the first letter stamp set I think I ever bought, and I don't think to use letter stamps much anymore. So I decided that today would be that day. I would pull those out and incorporate those into all the other oldies but goodies going into my layout. So I am just stamping out the letters. I'm finishing the word. The G is the beginning of my first word, and then the rest of it says itten. So gitten, crafty is, and then crafty is going to be my second word. So that will finish out my title. And then I just pulled out some scraps of the basic gray that were green, that pulled out a green in that circle pattern page. I didn't really want to go with yet another color, but I couldn't find anything else that was going to work. So I'm going to trim these down, and then I'm going to kind of overlap and underlay these strips under the letter G. So the first one I'm going to kind of put in the little crook of the G there, figure out where it needs to go, and then I'll glue the G down, and then I'll put the rest of the title kind of a little higher on the G and overlapping it. So going back to embellishments being hard to find, the paper has a little bit of grunge or just kind of a different color palette than you see today. So it's hard to find colors that in embellishments that match. So I had this Heidi Swap chipboard set. This is the big one is chipboard. The other one I think is just cardstock stickers, the smaller sheet that I pulled out. But they're from 2007, it says, so from the same time period, and some of the colors work with the layout, and I really wanted to, I keep forgetting to use these, and I really wanted to try and use them up. So when I was looking for papers, I ran across these embellishments and decided that, again, today was going to be that day. We were just incorporating a lot of old items and trying to make something fresh with them. I did do my journaling off camera and put that on a scrap piece of cardstock off to the left there, and I'm just trying to create some clusters going around. I feel like there's already a lot going on with the paper, so I'm not going to do too much. Just kind of want to accent my title and then create a grouping around my journaling there, and then one more kind of in the top. So I don't really make much of a dent in these, the Heidi Swap embellishments on these layouts, but at least I finally did remember to use them. And then I had a scrap of that gold color up there, and usually when I do basic gray, I don't try and use things up, but I thought there's not going to be that much of it left, so I was going to try and incorporate it some more on this layout and kind of bring that gold color, since the stripe didn't go all the way through, just kind of bring that gold color all the way up and through the layout. So I am going to use a piece of that scrap up there. And even though the stickers and the chipboard pieces all originally had adhesive, since we are 20 years later, I am adding glue on the back to make sure everything's going to stay down. Going to add a little fishtail banner to the scrap, and then kind of create a little cluster with strips and scraps that I had left up here as well. So the green is what I was used for my journaling, and then I just thought it needed something else to kind of top it off. And so I end up finding a shape that I can add onto it just to kind of finish that off. So this is layout number 1. That is done, and we are going to do a second one here. I'm using a sketch for this as well, and it called for a large circle element behind the photos. So I just grabbed a plate from the kitchen and kind of figured out what size plate I needed, and then just traced it onto my paper, and I'm going to cut it out. So kind of old school, like I could have put this into my silhouette, but because I wasn't working with a full sheet of paper anyway, and I didn't need the full circle, it's going to go off the edge of the paper, I just thought I'd go ahead and trace it. It would be quicker rather than me trying to figure out how to line it up perfectly on the scrap piece in my silhouette die cutting machine. So I have my photos all trimmed down. There are 4 this time, and this is my layout, and so it does include one of Avery working on her journals. I decided to go ahead and use that full 6x6 sheet behind my photos, kind of as a wide stripe coming through, and then the sketch did call for a
a fishtail piece that comes out the right side. So I'm going to bring in that large, or the large polka dot or small circles, whatever you want to call it, piece. So I went ahead and off camera adhered down on my photos, and then that like left hand side of that gold stripe. And then I had changed my mind once I had it all laid out, and I'm going to put this on top of the gold piece. And because I had some left, I am going to extend it all the way through to the other side to make it look like one long strip. So I'm using my T-square ruler for this. It isn't exact, but it helps me line it up a little bit better so it looks like it can be one continuous piece. Now that that's all down, I can work on embellishing. So I had some smaller scraps left from both patterns of like the bigger, well, no, I guess it's the circle pattern and then the 6x6 gold piece. So I went ahead and brought those in, and then this is a sticker sheet also sent to me by a subscriber in some Happy Mail. So thank you to everyone who sends me basic gray, especially embellishments, because it kind of helps me work with the supplies. And so I couldn't spell out any full words that I needed. So again, I just pulled in the first letter. So this one's going to be Crafty Cuties. And so I found the C's off the sticker sheet are Crafting Cuties, and then just used the stamps again to finish spelling out the rest of my words. I have a cat that's wanting to lay on top of my laptop, so I'm trying to keep him off so that he doesn't do anything to my video as I'm doing the voiceover. So again, I'm going to kind of lay them underneath the letter, and then I made the strips longer than I needed to make sure that it fit like where I wanted it on the C, and then I just trimmed off the edge around the letter, and we'll glue that whole thing down. So that's my title. And then as far as embellishments, again, I'm going to be bringing in that Heidi Swap chipboard set, and then I did my journaling and decided to use up, I hadn't brought in any more of that like the letter pattern, number pattern, whatever it was that I used for the big circle. So I brought in a scrap of that to put behind my journaling just to kind of bring in some more of that pink. And thought I'd add it to that cluster kind of in the top right corner. And then I figured this time I'm going to use something big, so that, I don't know if it's considered like a burst shape or if it's meant to be greenery like leaves, I don't know, but I'm going to have that coming out of the kind of the top right side of my photo cluster and then the bottom left corner again, so it looks like it's going all the way through even though it's not. And then we'll bring in some smaller hearts again, and then some round shapes that look like enamel dots. And so I will just kind of add those around my title, around the burst shape coming out of the top. And then kind of fiddle with these on placement and fight to get them out of the chipboard backing. And then now I can go ahead and glue everything down. So I'm so glad that I was able to incorporate so many different older items together. Sometimes it's nice when you can mix old with new, but then sometimes it's nice when you can, if you, especially with basic gray, when you can't find embellishments, like newer embellishments that work color-wise or maybe shade-wise, it's nice that some of these older embellishments, even though they're not the same brand, can work together to kind of give you the looks. So I hope you enjoyed my two layouts, Here's one final look of each. I will have links to Kathy and Sarah in the description box below for you so you can check them out and see what they made with basic gray. And if you'd like to see LA's tutorial on the pinwheels, I will try and find that, link that down below as well. Thank you guys so much for your time today, and I hope you all have a very crafty day.